Unresolved trauma can leave a wake of impact in people's relationships. So today, Raquel VanLoon and I are going to be talking about how unresolved trauma can lead to relationship anxiety and what we can do about it. So thanks for joining me,
Yeah,
Raquel.
of course. Yeah, so what unresolved trauma can look like in relationships, it can show up as heightened anxiety, difficulty trusting the person that you're with, emotional
Hmm.
reactivity or dysregulation, or this fear of closeness or intimacy. Even when on the outside looking in, right, like that relationship, it is safe, but internally your nervous system is telling you that it's not safe, right? Like I'm almost back in the trauma, right? There could be fear of abandonment, shutting down during conflict, or even some people pleasing tendencies. So, yeah, like trauma teaches that the nervous system to stay alert for danger, even in moments when that danger isn't present.
Yeah, I really like that you brought in people-pleasing tendencies as an indicator that there might be some relationship anxiety going on because those are really insidious coping skills. And when we're younger, man, are they useful in helping us stay protected in our relationships. But as adults, if we continue in that pattern of people pleasing, it's one of the things that on the surface might look like it smooths over conflict really well, but it actually creates a big well of conflict, resentment, inauthenticity, frustration, and it perpetuates a lot of fear in relationships.
Yeah. And I hear that a lot from clients. Like they start to like have this anger towards themselves, right? It's almost like I'm betraying myself
Hmm.
saying yes when I really want to say no. And it's a lot to work
Hmm.
through. I think the way that that shows up is really on a logical level, right? Like this person is doing all the things for me, right? Like they're giving me the validation or the affirmation that I need. It's almost more like this internal feeling of it feels like this is all coming up again. Like it doesn't necessarily feel like it's relatable, right? Like you may notice yourself engaging or re-engaging in certain patterns that don't feel good. And that's just something just to bring more awareness around.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a really good point. I think another key indicator is if you recognize a pattern that's staying the same from relationship to relationship. The common denominator might be the other person that you're with. Maybe you're drawn to certain kinds of characteristics. But a big part of why that might be is because of an unresolved underlying trauma repetition that could be getting played out unconsciously.
Right. Yeah. So I think the biggest thing that comes to mind for me, safety isn't necessarily about the absence of conflict, right? Because conflict can be healthy. I think it's about knowing that you can be yourself, right? Like authentically, without fear of punishment, without harm, or without that fear of abandonment. Safety means that your emotions are respected, that your boundaries are honored, and repair is possible when things feel hard. So it
Mm.
includes physical and psychological safety, really being able to feel grounded and safe in your body, right? Like I think it's just as important as safety from the other person, but also the safety that you feel within yourself.
I love that. Yeah, really thinking about how comfortable are you with yourself? How comfortable do you feel sitting in discomfort with yourself, right? I think that is one of the things that can sometimes determine the level of safety we feel in our own bodies.
Yeah. And really like when that safety is present, the nervous system can relax, right? And that allows the trust, vulnerability, and connection to grow with that person.
Hmm. Yeah, and similarly with other people, right? If you can hold respect for one another in moments of conflict, that's going to be a much safer way to have a disagreement, to show your authentic selves, right? An absence of conflict is really an absence of authenticity.
Yeah.
So to be able to hold space for each other when you disagree on something is really, really important.
Yeah, 100%. When I think of trauma-informed ways to start building healthier relationships, I think of first that building that awareness in your body and boundaries. That's the second thing that comes to mind. So this could look like noticing what feels like a yes, no, or a maybe in your body. Another way of thinking about that is what feels like a green light to you. What's a red light? Like that's a hard no. Like there's almost like this visceral tightening that can happen inside your body. And
Mm-hmm.
a maybe could potentially feel like a yellow light, right? Kind of like a hesitation. A hesitation may not mean a no, but it could mean more maybe curiosity, right? Of I'm interested in this, but I don't know how to go about it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you point out something really key here, and that is people's willingness to kind of be in their bodies and use that information from the physiological processes that are happening as data to interpret how they feel, what boundaries they might want to set, and how the sort of interaction between themselves and someone else might be creating, again, cues for safety or cues for discomfort. So I think an initial first step is if someone's uncomfortable being in their body, maybe learning how to slow down and practice more presence with yourself and really actively saying with a partner, hey, I have to slow down a little bit when we have this conversation so I can stay present with me and with us.
Yes.
And that does take some skill. It takes some skill. But I find that when couples are willing to do that with each other, they actually can have much more productive, conflictual conversations because there's that commitment to staying grounded and present with each other and with their own bodies. And that it does make a big difference.
Yeah. And give yourself that permission to say, like, hey, I need to take a break right now. I think that there's a big decrease in shame, right? Like I may step more
Mm.
away from shame, defensiveness, or judgment, and I may soften into curiosity, right? Like if I'm noticing a pattern, I can be like, oh, I wonder what that is. Just kind of pointing it out. Like I
Mm.
see that, I'm curious around it. How can I show up? The
Mm.
other thing I think about is I may have improved emotional regulation skills. I may not get as dysregulated by certain things. I may trust
Mm-hmm.
myself more. Or like that's huge. Like just being able to trust myself
Mm-hmm.
and feel like I made a good decision and be able to stand in that, that can be so empowering.
Yeah, I really love that. I love how you phrase that. Learning how to trust yourself is often connected to a lot of things, and emotional regulation is one of them. And it's uncomfortable. It's not a practice that a lot of us learn growing up. So to start learning it and practicing it as an adult does take effort. And it's often the hardest to come by when you need it the most. So practicing it, practicing emotion regulation skills really is the key to staying in your own sovereignty, right? Staying connected, but also with yourself. And I think that is probably one of the biggest gifts and that people can give themselves in working with a therapist to try to address their relationship anxieties or insecurities when they're addressing old hurts, old trauma.
Yeah. One more thing I would say is relationship anxiety is not a flaw and you don't have to be in survival mode, right? Like you can give yourself this permission that you are safe and that this is okay.
Yeah, love that. Thank
Of
you.
course.
All right, everyone, if this resonated with you, feel free to like and subscribe. And if it's something you want your partner to see, maybe send it along. Maybe it helps you explain something you've been feeling and haven't found the words for. All right, take care.